guys, it's Cream, a.k.a. Miss Cream of the Crop, and that was Arm & Hammer by King Shamps. Thank you guys so much for being on the throne with me on the Elite Radio Show today, right here on 216 The Beat Radio. As you know, my second guest is Luxst. I'm so happy and excited about having back-to-back guests. This is what I do. This is what I love. And let's go ahead and get right into it. How are you this afternoon? Thank you so much for being on the throne.
Hey, I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for asking. So, as I understand, you have a new record that's dropping pretty soon. Was it on the 14th, correct? It's called Toxic.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. So, before we get into the new record, I just wanted to start that out for anyone that's tuned in. You guys put August 14th on your calendar. Apparently, that's an amazing day for everyone. That's my son's birthday, and we had two artists on today that are dropping records on that date, and they brought them to the station today. So I'm happy about that. So, as I understand, you are an R&B singer and a songwriter.
Yes, ma'am. And tell your son I say happy birthday, too, on the 14th.
Thank you. I will let him know that. I'll actually replay this for him so he can get that. Okay. He's actually on his way to L.A. Anyway, having fun. I'm working. But anyway, so as far as R&B, what made you get into R&B and say, this is what I want to do? Because I feel like the industry has forgotten that R&B exists. And they think everybody is a rapper.
Right.
So,
right. Okay.
What influenced you to sing and still want to pursue singing even though everybody raps now?
Okay. Ever since I was young, I sang a lot. Like, I was constantly singing, listening to a lot of old school, of course. Growing up in a black home, how moms are on Sunday mornings cleaning up, you hear a lot of old school music.
Yeah.
So, like, I was really into it. Like, it connected to me, but, like, of course I didn't understand the lyrics back then because I was young, so I really didn't, it didn't resonate with me what they was talking about. I just liked how it sounded. But, so as I got older, I started getting into relationships, and I was like, okay, like, I always wanted to sing. High school's coming to an end. As soon as I graduate, I could focus on writing music now that I've actually been in love and been heartbroken. Maybe I can connect to somebody. So I just feel like it was a way of expressing myself and escaping reality, and it's a really good way to connect with strangers. And I feel like music brings everybody together no matter what color you are or where you come from. And I personally believe you can learn a lot about someone depending on what music they're listening to. It don't matter if that's not them as a person, but they could have went through that at a point in time in their life. So I feel like it just brings people together, and there's so much you can relate on through music. So that's what inspired me to write.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Music is universal. Like, you can hear, it's always crazy to me, like, if you watch, old Michael Jackson, videos and documentaries, how he would go to places like Japan or India or some other country, and they knew all the words to his songs, but they couldn't speak English, but they knew his music and they could feel what he was talking about. So I agree with you. Music really is universal, and it does bring people together. And I think that it's amazing that you take from your life and put it into music, because I feel like that's the best way to have your audience relate to you, because almost everybody has a story that someone can relate to or at least empathize with their situation.
Definitely.
So I think that's really cool. So what type of music would you say is the most influential to you?
Dang. See, I can't put a genre on there because I can't really put a type, because some country songs I can relate to. Some R&B songs I can relate to. I can relate to some rappers. I can relate to some emo hip hop. I can relate to some rock songs. So I don't know. I would say I can relate to an artist or a song. I wouldn't put it a genre.
Okay. That makes sense. Because music is, like we just said, is universal, and it all depends on what mood you're in. Because sometimes you just might be feeling that new country song that came out. You're like, yes, everything you just said, I've been through that, and I can relate to. Especially if it has a good melody and a good beat, you can pretty much relate to almost anything. And I do love that about music, that you can find almost, whether it's an instrumental or not, I feel like you can find music to reflect every single mood that you're in. You can find happy music, sad music, laid back music, turn up music. I feel like there's different types of music that fits whatever mood you're in. So I think that's dope that you pull inspiration from different genres, because that makes you a more well-rounded artist.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
You know, because I think most artists, when they pull from one genre, it kind of gets you stuck in a rut of sounding the same. But if you pull from different genres, then you can bring them different types of music.
Exactly.
I think someone like go ahead.
You can reach all audiences, like if you got a bit of each genre, because some people don't like to step out of their comfort zone to find more, even though they could possibly relate if they would step out of their comfort zone. But for the people that don't, you can reach them by giving the sound that they like to listen to.
True. And I think some people don't like to step out of their comfort zone because it's fear. You know, kind of like if you're a young person. Exactly. But it's kind of like if you're a young person, it's kind of like you don't want to tell somebody you listen to country music. It's like, why not? Who cares?
Right. No, that's so true. That's funny you say that, because when I was younger, like, and I was in elementary school, all the guys used to like call like Justin Bieber gay. And like, I never thought he was gay. I loved to sing and I loved his music, but I would never speak out and be like, I listen to him, because I didn't want to be looked at as gay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
yes,
that's true.
That's like that music that guys secretly listen to. You know, then once you get older and you're able to drive, that's the music you listen to with all the windows rolled up, and then when you pull next to someone, you hurry up and put rap on and make it seem like you was listening to rap.
If you pull up to the hood, you can't play that in the hood. You got to keep that on the road.
Exactly. Even though almost all the hood dudes probably listen to Alicia Keys, Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake secretly, and they want to tell each other like, "I like that song too, dude," but they're scared. They're scared.
Right. They too tough, too hard, but low key they listen to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think someone that's a great example right now that's younger is Lil Nas X. Like, he's not afraid to just be himself and put out. I would say Lil Nas X, Lil Uzi. Those are two people that immediately come to my mind who aren't afraid to just put out music. They're like, this is what I was feeling right now. This is what I'm going to give you. And 9 times out of 10, it turns into a bop. So I think those are two great examples of artists that really just go with what they feel and what they want to put out. And they don't really care whether you are going to laugh at them or not. Because in the end run,
they don't care.
Yeah, but if you think about it, in the long run, them being them has made them win. So it didn't really backfire on them. Like, it really just made them win. So I know at the beginning of the interview I mentioned how everyone raps right now, and you're taking the opposite route of R&B. How does that feel? And what keeps you motivated to continue to push your music, even though it looks like rap has just taken over?
Because I'm expressing myself. So the rap lane, that's their lane. That's how they feel. This is how I feel over here. And these are where my roots come from, too. So, like, I just tend to keep staying in my own lane, keep doing me, and then things I go through in my life, I just talk about it. And the crazy part is, like, if I'm not in a good part of my life, that's when I write better music than when I'm actually happy.
Okay. I like that you pull from that. Like I said earlier, I like that you pull from your own life experiences. So as far as your fan base, are you noticing that it's starting to grow, and is it just all ladies, or have you noticed that some of your friends are just like, dude, I think you're dope, like, no homo, but you're dope.
Yeah,
Guys always
they definitely. Yeah, okay, I definitely give my compliments and props from the females, but that's back to what we said earlier. The guys, they don't want to be like, okay, bro, you dope, because they don't want to show that they actually listen to this type of music. So, like, I can tell, like, my friends, yeah, they proud of me, they happy for me, but they not going to just, like, front on tell me, like, dude, you dope. Like, I listen to your song. Because, you know what I'm saying? Which I understand. They don't have to.
Yes.
So, but, yeah.
Or do they do it like this? Like, man, my girl said you was dope. And you like, all right, bro, thanks. But I know it's you.
Look, I had one of my homies, he came in, and he actually raps, and he was like, I walked in, and she was playing your song. It kind of pissed me off. I was like, what? He was like, why you not playing my music? I'm like, maybe she can just relate to my song.
Yeah, and like I said, everybody raps now, and I think everyone deserves to be creative and get their artistry out to the world, but girls especially, I know guys are missing it too, like I don't want to put a genre on it, but just I'm a woman, so I just speak from the woman's standpoint. Like we do miss singers. We do miss seeing, hearing, especially guys. There's a lot of girls out here that sing, but there really aren't that many dudes that are singing right now. Exactly. And as a girl, we miss that. Like, we miss the guys that sing and give us love music or sad music.
Right.
So.
I'm going to bring that back. I'm definitely going to bring that back. I'm going to show y'all that we got feelings, too.
Yes, I love it. I love the confidence. And I'm telling you right now, like, as long as you continue to make great music and you continue to be yourself and you keep writing from your heart, you're going to go a long way because people relate to relatable people. And like I said, just from a woman's aspect, like we do miss having men sing to us. Like there's a lot of girls that sing girl anthems, and that's cool, and we love the girl power, and we love supporting other women. But, you do miss having some guys put out some guy feel-good music or, right. Girl, I think you're beautiful type music. Like you want to hear that. And I just feel like sometimes girls get tired of being rapped at, like,
Right. They want some love. They don't always just want to be spoke to and be called bitches and hoes all the time.
Exactly. And, a lot of times you see on social media, people say, what happened to the girls? Why are girls so hard these days? Why are girls this or that? And a woman should be able to be whomever she wants to be and not have anybody dictate her personality and how she should dress and all those other things. But one of the things that they have to realize is that rap has taken over for so long, and a lot of younger girls, that's all they pretty much have been listening to, which is hard rap. And like you said, they get hoes. So I feel like is why a lot of girls carry themselves the way that they do because that's just what they've been listening to for so long. And I don't even think they do it on purpose. I just think
it's sad to say.
What has been the thing,
Yeah, a lot of our minds are manipulated by what we hear and see.
Yeah. So I just think that that's one of the reasons that a lot of people carry themselves the way they do, or a lot of girls might be carrying themselves. And men, why some younger guys feel the way they feel about women or having a significant other or just relationships, period, whether, no matter what, what your sexual preference is. I just think that the music and a lot of things has kind of affected how people see relationships and each other and how they treat each other and how they voice their opinions and things like that. And it hasn't always been like a bad thing, but I'm just saying, like, we really have to take a look at the fact that we haven't really had too much soft anything come out. Like, we don't really have soft music like we used to. And I think it's time to get back into that, Like I said, there's music for everything. Music goes with every single feeling and emotion that we have, and we need to get back to love music and good feeling music And so it's cool, like I said, that you write from your own experiences and things that you go through, whether it be happy or sad, because we have to get back to that. So I know that you brought your track with you. It's Toxic. And
right. I should explain that.
I got the regular version. I got the clean version and the regular version, but I have the regular version queued up because I feel like we could get more of the feels of what the track is about if we get if I play the regular version. So
all right, let me explain the record before you play it.
Oh yeah. Tell us about the track.
So the toxic is inspired by relationship problems that turns into toxic sex. Sadly nowadays, being from the generation that I'm from, like everybody's toxic. Nobody take relationships seriously or is one-sided. Then the person who took for granted instantly becomes a toxic person in some cases. With that being said, when you're in love with a person, it makes it worse because you aren't sure how to let go when you're deeply in love, even when they treat you wrong. Then the sex is great, so that's where the song Toxic plays in.
That makes a lot of sense, and that's pretty much what's going on right now.
And that's probably like, everybody probably going through that. If not everybody, there's definitely a lot of people going through that, especially at my age.
Yeah. Or they know someone that's going through that. And like I said, I'm glad that you're making this type of music because it needs to be made because this is going on. And you do see a lot of people talk about this on Twitter and Instagram, but mainly Twitter. People put a lot of stuff on Twitter. And it's just so much going on Twitter. People really pay attention, and I think that for the most part, people see it as, young people, they complain about everything. But if you really, 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 really pay attention, most of the people that are on Twitter and other social media apps, they really just want somebody to love them. They want to love someone.
A lot of trauma.
Yeah, they want to love someone that is going to give them love in return, so that they can just be two people that are in love and just support each other and make each other feel great. Not just sex, but just feel great, period. And I think that that's missing for an entire generation. And we really have to be there for you guys and just let you guys know that we hear you, we see you, we understand, and we have to get back to showing you guys what love looks like and what love feels like before it's too late. I don't ever think it's too late. Some people think that it is, but as long as people are still alive and breathing, it's not too late to let them know that there's still a chance for love. And so I'm glad that you're making this music, and I'm glad you put it into people love. Like, you're putting words and feelings that young people are going through right now into music, and this is what they need. Absolutely. So, guys, this is Toxic. You guys are tuned in to the Elite Radio Show right here on 216 The Beat Radio. I'm Crane.
All right, guys, that was Toxic.
And this is Toxic.
I love that track. I love your voice. Really nice, really nice and melodic. Like, I really like that track.
Thank you.
I really like that track. You was getting a little nasty on. You was getting a little nasty on.
Females like it, even though it's bad. Females like toxic sex.
That is true. And I've seen where some girls say they purposely get into arguments with their boyfriend so they can have that type of sex.
Right.
Like, they do things on purpose.
Yeah. They like scenarios. I don't know what's up with females, but they like situations that aren't healthy, and it turns them on.
Yeah, and that, again, is like what I said. I think as adults, like, we have to take part in that and figure out where the trauma began for a lot of teens and young people and just, younger adults, because that trauma sometimes starts at home, and a lot of times that's all that a lot of young people know is trauma, and they equate trauma to love, and that's not always good. That's not always good. Like, you shouldn't want to feel pain in order to feel love. So I think that this track is going to go well. I know that you know that. But I feel like a lot of people are going to be able to relate to this. Not just young people, because there's some older people that are in toxic relationships as well, and that's just how it's always been for them. So I think this is relatable across all ages. And like I said, you got a nice voice. I love the track. I think it's really, really dope. And this track comes out on the 14th, right?
Yes, the video will be dropping as well too. So.
Oh, the video. Okay,
look
okay. Look at you doing your thing. All right. Okay, okay. So I'm happy that you were able to drop this track off. Huh?
I'm excited for y'all to hear the tracks that I got in store though. Like, I think my first album, I want to name it Emotionally Unstable, because my emotions are everywhere with the songs that I have. So I think that's what I want to name my debut album, Emotionally Unstable.
I think that's a good title. And I also think, like we said earlier, there are a lot of emotionally unstable people out here. And I think just the title alone, even if they never heard of you and they never heard your songs or what your voice sounds like, I think that title alone is going to intrigue people to click on the link and see what it sounds like, just because of the title. There's a lot of people out here like that. So I definitely support you. Like, I invite you to come back on the show, and the station supports you, and I'm going to put this in rotation. Like, I really, really like this track, and I'm glad that you brought it to us before it actually dropped. And can you give everybody your social media information and where you're going to drop your video so they can support you and get those views up for you and get these spins up for you?
Right. Okay. Guys, I need you to follow me on all social media platforms at Lusting for You, and that is spelled LUXSTING for you. Lusting for You. So, and y'all will catch the video dropping on YouTube August 14th. Just search up Luxst Toxic and you'll find it there. I'm excited for y'all to see it because it's going to be dope.
I can't wait. I'm going to definitely put that on the station's calendar, a little reminder on there for us to make sure we tune into that track. And I'll make sure I get over to one of our bloggers and make sure that they put the video on our blog for you. And something I forgot to ask, your name, how did you come up with your stage name?
So I came up with my stage name, Luxst, and I spelled it the way I spelled it because it's spelled Luxst, and it's Luxst, and the X is silent because the X kind of stands for undefined souls, kind of, and my name stands for, because when you're lusting, you're not morally thinking correctly. So it stands for Lust undertake soul. So basically it undertakes your soul because you're not thinking with your soul at the time. You just want to have sex. Lust undertakes soul. So that's why I came up with that name.
Boy, you're deep. You think you're deep, huh? Don't you?
Oh, yeah. All the time. I can't even sleep sometimes because I'll be thinking so deep.
That's amazing. Well, shout out to your parents or whomever raised you because they did an amazing job. And I think that it's dope that you're able to be this deep at a young age. Like, salute to you and your parents or whomever raised you. They did a great job. But thank you so much for being on the throne with me today and stopping by and dropping off this record. We definitely are anticipating it dropping everywhere on the 14th along with the visuals. Like I said, I'm going to put the notification and the reminder on the station's calendar so that we can make sure we help you get your views up on that video. But thank you so much for stopping by and being on the throne with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you for having me, and you do the same. And when next time I come back, I'll be bigger than what I am.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You're always welcome at 216 to be, and especially on the throne with me. And I look, let's put those vibes out there. You definitely will be big the next time you come on the throne.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, have a great day.
All right, you too.